Radiant team ban.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the SLI Invitational. We have the second match of the day starting right now. Sacred going up against Show.Rising. I don't know if there's a Show and a Show.Rising, but either way, it's going to be a tough one for the Show side. And this best of 3 winner has faced up against SG Esports, so that's not going to be fun for either of these guys, but we'll see who's going to take it here. I'm Mike Loris, and I'm going to be your caster for this game as well as the next. So we have a lot more Dota to watch. Much like last game, SG Esports going up against Stars. This game, you have a pretty clear favorite here. Sacred, they didn't have the best performance in the Summit, but, you know, they got to the Summit, so they had to beat all of the other SA teams in order to get there in the first place. I would say Sacred, well, definitely top 4, easily top 4, debatably top 1, number 1 in the region. So yeah, Sacred are full of absolute monsters, and Show, I can't say the same thing about that. I just don't know enough about Show, enough about how they play to say that they are going to give Sacred a decent run for their money. It's going to be very difficult for Show. I'm not gonna blow smoke up your ass, guys. It is going to be pretty damn hard. But maybe with a good draft, maybe with a poor draft for Sacred, they'll be able to put something together here. Quick look at the bans. We have Bounty Hunter being banned out again. Seeing a lot of that hero pop up in that ban slot. Other than that, things are looking pretty normal, with the exception of this Night Stalker. So the Beast is in play right now. Sacred will waste no time picking this hero. And you know what? I don't actually get to see Night Stalker all that often because, you know, he's always banned. So, yeah, I'm not really sure if things have changed with the Night Stalker over the course of these past couple patches. I would assume not. But either way, it's kind of a no-brainer pick. It's a hero that you pick up if you can because it's Night Stalker, and you don't need any more justification for that. But here we go. We got ourselves a draft going on right now. Bane as first pick is whatever. He's one of the strongest lane supports, and I don't think anything is really going to change that. However, picking him against Night Stalker in particular is definitely okay. I mean, you will be pressured back by Night Stalker a lot more than some other 4 positions. Like if this was not a Night Stalker and if this was instead an Earth Spirit, Bane can manhandle Earth Spirit. He just has better stats, but he can't manhandle Night Stalker, at least not nearly to the same degree. Picking the Nature's Prophet now from the Show side is very bold. First of all, this hero is kind of just out of the meta. He's not really a hero that lots of teams are expecting in the first phase, so I mean, there's that, but they're going up against what they already knew was a Night Stalker, and then 3 additional picks. Nature's Prophet can be very heavily counterpicked, and Night Stalker already is one of the best heroes to have at doing that. As far as clearing is concerned, Winter Wyvern is not a bad second hero to have, though Winter Wyvern did get some pretty heavy nerfs, or I'm not sure if they're heavy nerfs. She did get nerfed a little bit in this latest patch, moving from 707C to D. I believe the heal is a little bit less, and the damage on low-level Arctic Burn got nerfed as well. All of that being said, her clearing versus Nature's Prophet in particular with the Splinter Blast still is a thing. So that's something that the Nature's Prophet is going to have to worry about for sure. And Sacred at this point, because the bans being Weaver and Tidehunter are already committed, means that Sacred can pick up a Sven and then have a Core who's really going to have a great matchup against the Nature's Prophet moving forward. So I'm concerned for this Nature's Prophet pick. I don't think the hero is powerful enough to first phase. I think that he's powerful enough to pick after you scope the field out a little bit, but you know, generally keeping yourself open is what you want to do. Look at Sacred's draft, and Nature's Prophet does not keep your lanes open, does not keep your draft open. They will go for the Elder Titan afterwards, though, so ET, really a nice hero to have set up-wise. There's a lot of setup here for very little payoff so far from Show, so definitely looking for that payoff in the damage. Like, you got Nightmare into something, you have Stomp into something, and so far that something is Nature's Prophet, Wrath of Nature. Wowee, that's going to do a lot of damage, but for sure Show, I would have been a lot more of a fan of their opening if ET was in that second box and Nature's Prophet was reconsidered to perhaps a later pick. Because, like, there's not much you could read into for an Elder Titan Bane. It's a super rock-solid support combination, but Sacred, here we go. Have ourselves a little bit of a twist. So this is going to be what looks like a Tekka Night Stalker, Winter Wyvern, and Tusk going to be the supporting crew of the Sacred side. That Tusk save is going to be really nice up against ET and Bane. Just pop someone that in that snowball, get rid of all those threats of the grip, of that Earth Splitter even. and closing in onto a Nature's Prophet, scouting the Nature's Prophet with the Sigil, or just, get a short glimpse of him and then roll in on him. Sacred are looking to play this game a little more aggressively. You don't offlane a Night Stalker and then plan for the late game. That's just not what you do. So, Sacred are going to waste no time in this game. And you know what? I like it when teams don't waste time. It makes everything a lot easier for me. T-Show are going to grab the Luna afterwards, though. Don't mind this pick one bit. Doesn't seem like Night Stalker can really pressure back a Luna. Quite the opposite, actually. Luna's lane should be pretty clean, assuming just that Night Stalker matchup. And along with the Nature's Prophet is going to mean that T-Show do have a bit of a push comp of their own. Outside of being able to just push towers and just relentlessly pressure the Sacred side, they also do have a good amount of mixed value here from the Elder Titan. Now, in order to fully maximize Elder Titan, you want to have two things. You want to have some tool to set up. You want to have some payoff for the setup that Elder Titan gives you. Some hero to get into position when the enemies are sleeping from the stomp. And you also want to have, if you can, mixed damage dealers to fully abuse that aura. Luna is like the epitome of mixed damage. Nature's Prophet is not too bad either, so they will do so much damage once that Eclipse button is pressed, once the glaives start bouncing. Everyone on Sacred is going to be torn to shreds. And Embrace and Snowball, though they are really good at trying to mitigate that, it's not going to be saving you every single time. I'm not really sure if there's any way that Sacred can mix up an advantageous lane setup now versus this Luna. Maybe with a tri-lane, but you really don't want a tri-lane versus E.T., Bane, and Luna. That is so powerful, in fact, that T-Show might be looking for the offensive tri-lane themselves. So Sacred looks like they'll have to take that hit in the early game, or just look to just outplay them to hell and back, which is a possibility, I guess. They'll pick up the Sven, which is good now for two reasons. Mentioned earlier that that Nature's Prophet matchup for Sven is going to be one of the best cores. Sven is one of the best cores to pick up against Nature's Prophet, because Nature's Prophet, well, I mean, Sprout is good later on, but Sprout usually have a counter to in a Quelling Blade, and all the right-click damage you have a counter to in the War Cry, and the Nature's Call you have a counter to because you have Cleave, so you've got it all as Sven. Even better, though, in this particular game is the fact that E.T.'s aura does not take off Warcry armor. It only takes off your base armor and any armor added by agility. Any flat armor added afterwards through chainmails or war cries or Medallion of Courage or Solar Crest, that is unaffected. So Sven is going to be able to give his team some additional physical survivability, and when you're talking about a hero like Death Prophet, you absolutely need to give her that extra physical sustain so that she can also do the damage. So Sacred do have now a little bit of a mid-game power play, but definitely should be them looking to just out-sustain this early game from T-Show, and then try to win the game off of a really fat Sven, off of a really fat Death Prophet. It is not the worst plan in the world. It does seem like this is the type of draft for Sacred where you kind of wish you didn't have an off-lane Night Stalker at this point. But of course, you're looking... Can turn down the music, please? Sure, I'll turn off the music, in fact. I turned it up before when we were paused just because I was bored, but we'll turn it off. And I froze Sacred again. Apparently when I go into the menu, I just freeze the Radiant side. It just happens. But yeah, the Night Stalker seems like kind of a third wheel here. Still matchup-wise, he's going to be really powerful, but like in the overarching game plan of Sacred, that's not really where you want to be playing a Night Stalker. But I mean, going into Luna, being able to just be super bulky and just run at her face, Nature's Prophet as well, like that is what Night Stalker is kind of built for. And if you have any sort of support there, you can get the kills on these very soft heroes from Show.Rising. It's very important that Sacred crash in really hard and really fast. That's why we see the Storm Spirit banned out from T-Show, because Storm Spirit is the definition of that type of playstyle. Get in, kill off that soft hero, get out, or just lock down the fight from there on out. T-Show have to watch their positioning. They don't really have that much in the way of save. Elder Titan is okay at doing it. Bane has a Nightmare, but it's not really super impressive. What's in the mid lane? That is not a mid lane hero. That's a Faceless Void for T-Show. So, first of all, hold on, guys. I gotta turn on the light here. Oh, it's a miracle I can see. Oh, praise Jeebus. I have vision again. Alright, so... Whoa, that's not... Okay. They might swap. So let's just look at the T-Show side first. The Faceless Void last pick is going to be something that is inconsistent. Faceless Void Elder Titan is certainly a real combo. If the enemies group up at all, then you will be able to bubble them and then Earth Split them. add an optional eclipse on top of that, and baby, you got a stew going. But that being said, Faceless Void is also a hero that is going to be going up against some really, really harsh answers from the Sacred side. You're looking at Silence from the Death Prophet and the Night Stalker. You're looking at stuns, you're looking at Winter's Curses. There's so much BS that the Faceless Void is going to have to battle through in order to get any sort of semblance of farm. So I'm not really sure if the Faceless Void, as far as lanes are concerned, is going to go well for him. In addition to that, what the hell are these lanes actually going to look like? I've seen T-Show play one time before. I've seen PTT stand in a couple of times. Everyone else I'm not sure about. So I am not sure if I can offer you guys much insight as to what they like to do, how they like to run their lanes, what style they like, and for that I apologize, but I'm not really sure how this mid lane is going to look, because no matter who you put in that mid lane, if it's a 1v1, I'm going to say that Leo Style is going to win it. Period. Leo Style is playing a Death Prophet also, which is just independent of whether or not he wins the lane. He's also playing the Death Prophet, so Leo Style, the player, is going to win that lane. Leo Style, the Death Prophet player, is probably going to win that lane as well, because this guy is freaking beast. But let's see what Sacred have actually done with their supporting crew. We got Benjaz playing the Night Stalker. Got Leo Style on the Death Prophet. Tekka is going to be on the Sven, so they have swapped up a little bit here. Masoku is going to be supporting the Winter Wyvern. That's what he does, and Matthew is on the Tusk. So it doesn't look like it's going to be any huge, crazy swaps of roles or anything like that. It's just Tekka plays the Sven instead of Benjaz, and it's just a little bit of a swap there. It doesn't really matter too much. On the T-Show side, we got Hijack on the Nature's Prophet. Pretty cool name. 444. Is that Havost? Might be Havost. It's probably not. I'm JKing, guys. LOL on the ET. We got PTT on the Faceless Void, and up on top side, Lolling Blue is on the Bane, and Terrence is on the Luna. Looks like we should have a 3-1 split, actually, in favor of the Dire. So, I mean, yeah, facing down an unfavorable team matchup, facing down some mediocre lane matchups, getting that additional bounty rune definitely is going to be quite nice for them. Okay, looks like, yeah, Matthew's just blocking the wave here, but Matthew playing the Tusk should be on the roam. Benjaz is going to be, like, yeah, mostly laning here. And I expect someone's going to... Oh, no, they're not TPing up. Okay. Didn't see the Luna over the pink, but, yeah, they are going to be pretty standard lanes here from the T-Show side, with the exception being this mid lane. We'll talk about that in just a little bit, because Tekka, as well as Masoku, in the early stages will get poked at quite a bit. You don't want to disrespect this ET's damage. Once he drops that spirit, he will wreck you. I don't care who you are. And if you're a level 1 Sven who took Cleave, then you're definitely not going to have a great time against this hero in particular. So Tekka, yeah, he'll be fine to get some CS, but for sure the pressure is on this bottom lane in favor of T-Show until Matthew shows up and makes some plays. He actually is going to leave this top lane to Night Stalker by himself. This is a fairly dangerous lane, although it is going to require him to take a lot of chip damage beforehand if he is, in fact, going to go down. Benjaz is such a tanky hero. He's going to get enfeebled as well, but I expect him to get pretty good experience in this lane, though not a lot of farm. Tekka now does have the Storm Hammer. They already use 1 shard. It's cooling down in 5 seconds. 4 is going to be pushed out, but he will be just fine. He is burning through a lot of health regen and a lot of mana regen, though, in this lane, and he's only level 2, so definitely do want to hold on to a little bit more regen moving forward. Over in the mid lane, though, this is a matchup that, I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen before. Oh, Hijack. He does not want to be there. Echo Stomp, though, going to bail him out for a couple seconds. Still the right clicks. Is it going to be good enough? Yes, it will be. Matthew is going to sucker punch the Nature's Prophet in the back of the skull and get first blood. And that is, yeah, the concern here for T-Show. Even though they can passively pressure and just slowly poke and prod, when shit hits the fan and when the fight actually starts, you're going 2v3 up against definitely more disables than you have. It's really, really hard to come back from that. Can I now talk about this mid lane? The Death Prophet versus Faceless Void matchup is something that I have never seen before. I can't assume it's going to be any good for the Faceless Void. Like, he'll have Time Walk occasionally to, I guess, break a Siphon, which is kind of nice. But then you don't have it for the Swarm, which is going to do just as much damage. It's like for Death Prophet in this matchup, the Siphon is just like is the kill spell, and Swarm is the harassment spell. And PTT will not have enough Time Walks to dodge all of those, so it's going to be a little bit of a difficult matchup here for the Faceless Void, I would imagine. So far, he's doing okay. but he definitely does have to watch out. If Matthew is able to duck out of this bottom lane, join mid lane for just a split second, or if Benjaz is able to do the same, then Faceless Void, as I mentioned before, is up against some really, really rough matchups. A couple of disables on him, and he is just going to get torched. Nothing we can really do about it. He's doing an admirable job right now. He's being doubled up in CS, but honestly, it's, yeah, not really. You can't really be going any better, I guess. Imagine Chrono with DP ult outside. Yeah, if you Chrono the Death Prophet and she's siphoned or exorcismed already, then you done goofed, man. You done goofed. Also, like, you're looking at Chronosphere. You Chronosphere a couple heroes. Those heroes may or may not be Warcried, so they get additional armor, in which case the Faceless Void isn't really going to be doing a whole lot. The Earth Splitter isn't going to be doing a whole lot either. You could also just get Embraced from the outskirts of the Chronosphere, in which case you're doing, like, actually no damage except for that Eclipse. So, I mean, is the payoff there? I don't know if it is. It seems like it's a very high-risk, low-reward pick. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a huge fan of high-risk, low-reward plays. I'm just not that type of person. Alright, here we go. S.A. Dota, characterized by pauses. Hopefully that's going to be the last one. But let's be honest, we all know it's not going to be. PTT. I just want to stare at this Faceless Void and see what he's doing. Leo Style is going to have a level lead right now. Siphon is going to force out the Time Walk every single time, but I don't know. Faceless Void base damage is quite high, even without this Quelling Blade. So CS-wise, he's going to be able to get CS pretty easily in this mid lane, despite taking all this chip damage from the Death Prophet. At least I imagine that's going to be the case. Definitely is going to get a little bit more troublesome in about 20 seconds. First Nighttime is going to be a level 3 Night Stalker. It's about average for Night Stalkers in general, but for an offlane Night Stalker, usually you want to be level 4, or a little bit closer to level 4 at least. Still, being able to rotate in, we'll see if they get any sort of silence here. Death Prophet really doesn't want to get silence, but may want to if they have plans on killing off PTT in this mid lane. Probably a little bit safer to get Benjaz up to that level 4 mark, get that value point Crippling Fear, and then trying to go for the Faceless Void. Or just have Matthew join up with Benjaz up towards top lane. Level 3 Night Stalker versus level 4 Luna. Matthew is spotted on the incoming thanks to a lane ward from the Dire. And I think this additional TP will be spotted as well soon enough. They're definitely looking for this Luna here, and they will find her, but Terrence's backup and Benjaz's backup is coming in a little bit too slowly, so Lolling Blue is going to get walled off. It looks like the way is blocked. There is no escape. There is a stomp, though. Put everyone to sleep, and the Nature's Prophet also teleporting in. Benjaz is going to get embraced for a little while longer. He'll survive, but Lolling Blue, he's going to be the one right-click down, perhaps. Beam onto Benjaz, and he would be beaten down by the staple gun. The Soku as well will fall, as Matthew is going to get enfeebled. He needs one more shot. He doesn't get him because of the beam. And Terrence grabs a triple kill on top, and Bane survives. That's what happens when you try to go for a Bane. You get jebaited. Getting caught was, in fact, part of his plan. This guy is so fat, so big. 28 strength, 5 armor. Not to mention the enfeeble. Not to mention the fact that there is also that Nature's Prophet, which you can't afford to forget about. It's going to give T-Show an absolutely amazing exchange up towards top lane, which, honestly, Sacred were a little bit clumsy in assembling in the first place. Like, the Night Stalker being all the way over here, where the Tusk was over here and the Winter Wyvern was over here, like, that is not exactly how you want to start a fight. You need all the heroes to be together at the same time. You also need them not to get caught by a stomp on everyone. It will put the Night Stalker to sleep. A couple more right clicks. He'll wake up and immediately Crippling Fear the Luna. There is a Sprout here. Benjaz is going to chop his way through. TP from the Winter Wyvern not really needed and will be cancelled. Soku will be able to stack, therefore, but another offensive move there from T-Show, at least an attempt, will lead them into absolutely nothing. And this is a little bit of the problem what I mentioned for T-Show in this Faceless Void. He's, like, surviving, but he's also just kind of getting dumpstered even though he's not dying in this lane. He's almost being tripled up in the CS department. And Death Prophet with a free lane can just run rampant. She'll accelerate really quickly into that level 6, or I mean, I guess the ultimate levels where she's willing to pick up Exorcism, and then take down your tower, and then the map gets smaller, and then it's just a whole can of worms. Right now, Leo Style is feeling himself in the mid lane. He'll have a little bit of help here from Matthew. Is there a value point in silence? There is. PTT has 3 points in the time walk plus the raindrop. Taking a lot of right clicks though. TP support is coming in. Here comes the stomp. Leo Style is put to sleep now. Siphons come up in Leo Style. Eclipse is there. Should bring down the Death Prophet, and it will. But this is going to mean that T-Show have to bring in their entire team, minus that Bane, in order to get the kill on the Death Prophet. Is it worth it? Probably. It probably is worth it. But it is very, very costly, so it may seem a little bit more worth it than it actually is. PTT is going to get Crippling Feared here. They have shards, they have the right click. Stick is up for the Faceless Void. Crippling Fear is now off, and the Splinter Blast comes in just a split second too late. Benjaz still looking for this, though. PTT has a Chronos Field. Turnaround Tower is not in range anymore. Elder Titan is here, and Benjaz is pretty quick. He is going to get trapped in the Sprout. Backup is coming in. Shards will give him a little bit of a cage, but he is kind of blocked. He will skirt around those Treants. And the stun will go off onto Elder Titan, keeping him at bay, and now caught by the Siphon. One more swarm will do him in. Here comes the bugs. Here comes the bats. And there goes 444. Matthew tanking tower shots will survive as well. A little bit of a good return here from the Sacred side this time. And in the meantime, keep in mind Tekka is in this game as well. Tekka, I saw him stand in on a team and play the carry. He usually plays the off lane for Sacred. So yeah, you definitely need to drastically switch gears. As off lane, you're even encouraged to make some suicidal plays sometimes, but as a carry, nah man, you gotta stay alive, you gotta keep farming. And he's been doing a pretty good job at farming. 62 CS on top of the stat board. With the Mask of Madness right around the corner, yeah, he's going to be doing just fine for himself. Benjaz level 6. Again, Night Stalker doesn't really have that much game, as the overarching strategy for Sacred is a little bit slower than what Night Stalker in an offlane really wants to be doing. But still, those value points and Crippling Fear, really nice up against Luna up until the point where she gets a BKB or a Manta Style. Great for the Faceless Void up until he gets those same items. Right now, 2 kill lead for T-Show, but still pretty much dead even. We'll see what happens when the Exorcism starts being used from the Death Prophet. Needs 2 more levels before she's really happy getting that. Most likely will just be the 10, 11, probably 11, 12 actually, on the Exorcism. Get those ghosts, man. Meantime, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks for the Sven. He has God Strength, he has Mask of Madness, he even has a Winter Wyvern with that Embrace if they need to. Keep in mind, Ancients did recently get nerfed, so they all give 10% less gold. But, I mean, this quantity of things to kill, it doesn't really matter if they're worth a little bit less. It's still going to be a ton of experience for the Sven, as well as a good amount of gold towards this Echo Saber next. Does T-Show have anything similar? No, and no. And Luna can't quite clear Ancients as explosively as a Sven. Will take her a little bit more time to clear it out, but for sure T-Show, it's a double-edged sword going for stacks for your Luna because you're up against a Sven. Like, you could very easily swoop in and steal the rest of them. He is kind of being surrounded here. PTT does have that Chronosphere. Matthew and Tekka grouped up and will both be bubbled. Bounty Rune even claim a PTT. Now here comes the Stomp to follow up. Nightmare is going to make it dodge on the Tusk, but they get the grip onto the Sven. Where's the backup? Snowball is not going to do it. Tekka's actually 4 points surrounded. Warcraft 3, where you at? And Tekka's going to go down. T-Show once again bring in the vast majority of the heroes to get this done, but again, this time, I would say it's a little bit more worth it. Killing off that Sven, slowing him down. That's what you want to do with those Chronospheres. Sprout into Stomp. Leo Style will get put to sleep. He does have Matthew right nearby, so the Snowball can give them additional protection if needed. Plus, his Exorcism should be returning soon, so he'll get embraced and then probably fully healed by the Ghosts. Tower is in deny range, will be killed off by Leo Style, and there's the full heal from his ultimate returning. So Sacred ultimately break even, I would say, in that exchange. Matthew, though, does grab an Invis Rune, and he does have Walrus Punch out of nowhere. Blocks off Hijack for the Siphon, for the Swarm. Nope, he's just going to taunt and die. They actually dodged the Earth Splitter with the Snowball timing. 444 now is being drained out. Lolling Blue is here. Leo Style is very low on mana. Misoku is here, but he does not have level 6. Terrence has no Eclipse, though, because there's so many creeps. He can use it, but it won't do jack. Splinter Blast, speaking of not doing jack, is going to do absolutely nothing, but Terrence actually with the Mask of Madness is going to be able to get it away. Lolling Blue, perhaps not as much so. Tekka is going to charge right in, gets dilated though, and with that slow, is unable to chase convincingly. Silence goes off onto 2 heroes. Tekka with the Embrace is going to start for a little while longer. Once again, the path is blocked by Matthew's Tusk. The path is also blocked by the Nature's Prophet. Can't go up these ramps. These are gigantic dead zones. But with Tekka coming in, he doesn't really get the most. Does he get any kills? I guess he gets some experience and some assist goals and stuff like that. But Leo Style collects huge. And then, wow, what asshats. They use the shrine without Leo Style being there. That's so mean. He has a Yule Scepter coming out, so he'll have mana regeneration soon. But come on, guys. How are you going to do that to your Death Prophet? How are you not going to share some mana with her after she cleans house in that last fight? That's just not cool, man. Really bad spot for T-Show to take a fight. Like when you're having a run and gun engagement in this particular area up against a Tusk, like there are just so many dead zones for you where your path will just get completely walled off. Speaking of Tusk getting walled off, he's just going to get found and obliterated. But not only do they take the run and gun fight in that area, but they also start the fight in the lane. So Luna has to fight up against all those creeps at the same time. So it's prime location for an Eclipse most of the time, but not when there's a full creep wave there. Still, T-Show are doing a pretty darn good job making sure the pressure is on Sacred. Hijacks Sprout into the 4-for-4 Stomp has actually been working a lot better than I expected it to. And Omisoku up in the air is going to place an obs. Will spot everybody. Still is not level 6 yet, but man, he's doing a pretty good job despite having really budget levels for this Winter Wyvern. We'll really need some time to get some experience, though. It's not really a safe game to be a Winter Wyvern because you're up against Nature's Prophet and Faceless Void. But top lane, Benjes and Leo Style going to get to work on this tier 1 with the Exorcism. Spooky Ghosts do a lot of damage. Tech in the meantime, they're thinking about it. They need a third hero here. If there's a Bane, maybe they can kill him off. Chronosphere is there, but the Embrace will immediately be used. Earth Splitter will still come in and do some damage to Tekka, but most of it will be blocked. He used the War Cry as well, so he takes no damage from that pretty much at all. And now Leo Style comes in. His ghosts are timing out. They have a hammer, they have a crippling fear, and they have a Faceless Void in the bag. They also took down the top lane tower. Leo Style is going to have his ghosts return. Is actually blocked out by the Sprout. No, not quite, but 4-4 will still land a stomp onto everyone. Eclipse is there as well, and Benjes will fall. Leo Style will get out from the rest of that Eclipse with the Siphons there, start to get some HP back from the Elder Titan. As Tekka's now going to return, double hit onto Lolling Blue, will obliterate that Bane. Now looking for more as they roll in towards Hijack. Once again, the Stomp is again going to put everyone to sleep, but Leo Style is on the outskirts. He'll throw in a Swarm and chase after 4-4. He has a TP. There's a 0% chance he's able to use it as Tekka comes in for the death blow. They are able to snipe the Winter Wyvern in the back. Looks like the Luna was able to get that kill and TP out. But everyone else dying as the Sven and Death Prophet run rampant on the T-Show draft. And that's kind of what you would expect out of Faceless Void this game. That is, I mean, obviously if you land that combo on more heroes than just the Sven, then you'll be able to do some more damage. But, like, is there really any more of a combo they can put out there? The Sven took, like, 200 damage, and he came back and cleaved through everyone afterwards. It's so hard to play a Faceless Void in this game, and it's not even like they picked him early. They picked him last, knowing everything. Yeah, they have to work so hard to make this Faceless Void work. And it's going to get even harder now that the Winter Wyvern has the curse up. So if the Winter Wyvern is caught in that same spot, like if the bubble is here, if Winter Wyvern can fly over here and curse up someone in the back lines, then like whoever's in this Chronosphere right here, they're just going to be just fine. Like they'll actually take no damage. Oh baby, here's some money right here. Yeah, kill the Prowlers in the back also. That's what I want to see. Death to Prowlers. How much is here? Oh god, he's got another one. He has no Blink Dagger yet, but he is claritying up. He has Matthew here to aggro them a little bit, bring them closer to Tekka so the God Strength can get full value. Oh yeah, kill more Prowlers. That's what I like to see, Tekka. And that's his Blink Dagger. Blink, Echo, Mask of Madness, 15 minutes in. Feels like this game is a little bit later. Like, it honestly doesn't feel like a 15-minute game, but maybe that's because Tekka has this much farm. What does the Luna have? She's got Dragonlance, she's got Force Staff, so Hurricane Pike on the way here for Terrence. The problem is that Hurricane Pike doesn't save you from being insta-gibbed by a Sven. That is definitely a problem. Shards won't quite connect into Terrence, so he'll be able to back off. Off to the side, PTT will retreat as well. Chronosphere is once again up. But again, you have all these great tools on the Sacred side, so Faceless Void, the Chronosphere might be something they need to lean on. They don't really want to. Ooh, Tekka. 3 points in Hammer. Does see Terrence, who uses Mask of Madness. Just got nerfed, so she has even less armor than normal. But there's no God Strength. He has a very fresh Invis rune, actually, so you can wait all day for this one. He's also looking at inventories, seeing no detection. Waiting for the hammer, is going to try to go for the base void. Double hit is going to get combo broken. Thanks to that Lucent Beam. Now the full eclipse. The silence on the grip will save him for a little while longer. Here comes the Chronosphere, but the damage, it's enough to actually kill off Leo Style as well as Tekka. They all get caught in the Chronosphere. Matthew was not able to save, nor with Winter Wyvern. And it works out really well. The stomp goes off onto Benjaz, and he's going to get brought down, giving a triple kill to the Luna. That was Tekka definitely overestimating the amount of damage he can put out as that Sven. Faceless Void is a soft hero, but he has the Vlads. He has quite a bit of armor. And if you don't kill him within the duration of that one Stormhammer, you have no follow-up. You have to get that kill, otherwise he'll backtrack all that damage and heal himself back up. So the Sven trying to go for a play where he hits onto 2 heroes and then cleaves them both down, ends up only getting 1. That is less than ideal. We got Winter Wyvern though up in the air. Is going to be able to curse someone here. Curses the Luna for a little bit of damage. Actually, that's quite a bit of damage. Let's slow down their Roche by a little bit. Sven can TP in here. Shards will soften them up even further. Sven is teleporting in. They do have the Darkness. Matthew will immediately Walrus Punch Lolling Blue. Gets put to sleep. Lolling Blue will just try to distract away as the Aegis is going to be cleaned up here by the Luna. They will definitely lose the Bane for this one. But I think that's an acceptable loss. The Splinter Blast will get the kill. Oh, here comes Tekka actually teleported in towards mid lane. Godstrike now up, but Hijack is so quick with the drums. We'll get up and away. The Shards will block. Oh, Terrence in. Perfect Shards as Tekka will just go to work on that Luna's first life. She'll wake up into Crippling Fear, and this is definitely fearsome for the Luna to get out of. That's an 8 kill being given towards Tekka. That's his BKB gold right there. And yeah, T-Show, they're putting up a hell of a fight. But at the same time, that's it's going to be a lot of extra cash taken away from that Luna going in towards the Sven. That Chronosphere on T-Show. It's all about that bubble and how much they can actually get done with that bubble. Glaive's bouncing in. Not easy to do, but if you are able to land it, dodging the curse, dodging the embrace, then you're going to be pretty happy. Oh, Tekka, speaking of happy, is going to find himself Nature's Prophet. Sprout in is going to push the Sven out, but it's not going to save him. The Sven at this point with no God Strength still has an abundance of damage, though might get gripped here. No, he's able to blink away before the Bane can catch up to him, and, well, Nature's Prophet is down, so they can't actually catch up to Tekka at all. Even though Tekka has absolutely no backup. Run away. He'll be fine. Leo Style in the meantime, working with that level 2 Exorcism. Almost going to have that Octarine. I say almost. It's still a Mystic Staff away, but definitely can take down this bottom tier 1 without too much of a hassle. Tekka definitely wants to try to snipe someone on top lane here. I'm definitely going to miss it. That is absolutely going to happen, guys. Either that or Tekka is just going to fail and he's not going to get the kill and he's going to die. Oh, it's only a Faceless Void there, and he already knows that he can't go for Faceless Void unless he like gets a crit or something, or actually it's a pretty good item to have in this game. Just being able to blow him up. We'll go for BKB first, obviously. Even though BKB is mostly up against that Luna and answer, there are still quite a few good answers to BKB, so it's not going to be a huge end-all spell item in this game for Sven. I still think it's probably good enough to get, though. 12-12, a 3k lead here for Sacred. Is the tower score even? All the tier 2s are still up, so yeah, tower score is even. That 3k is 100% in farm distribution through creeps. Mostly these ancients, I want to say. Tekka, though, is going to get spotted. Here comes the grip. They have a Chronosphere here as well. The grip is going to be canceled by the snowball. Tekka still takes a lot of damage here, though. He's just gunning for the ancients. He's going to get earth split to death, and Matthew as well will get his path sprouted. Although the shards are going to be there, he'll get it cut off by the Luna. Literally everyone here for T-Show. Kill off the Sven and the Tusk. Gotta say, really impressed by T-Show's movements around the map. They've been finding these sacred heroes out in the middle of nowhere, and they've been punishing them pretty consistently. They can get the tower on top of that. Man, they're in a pretty good spot. And again, T-Show are the easy underdogs in this matchup. Benjaz has that Force Staff. Unfortunately, this offlane Night Stalker is in a really bad spot now. Oh, he'll find an Elder Titan, immediately silence him, and then run away. Got him. Void him. Trying to pop that shrine, then we'll get it out. PTT is coming in pretty quickly with the Yasha. Everyone else already backed off, namely Leo style. Teleported down to the bottom lane, just wants that Octarine. Definitely very difficult to kill off once he gets that tool. Seems like this game for T-Show is all about how do they lock down Tekka. Are they able to grip him? Are they able to Chronosphere him and actually bring him down? If the answer to that is ever yes, then they're going to be in a really great spot. But if it's ever no, like this, then they're going to be in some trouble. 1, 2, 3. Oh, BKB still grippable if there was a grip, which there's not. 1, 2 shots. And his shards are going to give them some vision of lolling blue here. There's a blink dagger, jump forward. The grip, though, is now up, and Sven may have overstayed his welcome. Eclipse is going to come in as well. Chronosphere is going to lock down Matthew, and will drop Tekka as well as the Tusk. Classic Tekka move. Again, that's something you can get away with as an offlaner, but not as a Sven. They'll lift up the Nature's Prophet. Think about going for him. In the back line, though, they've left Masoku to die on his own. Exorcism is now deployed as Leo style is going to do quite a bit of damage here, but he's taking a lot more than he's dealing. Will get dropped as well. Benjas on the run will be fine. But that Death Prophet overestimated how tanky she was with those siphons. PGT can get 4-staff forward. Everyone has 4-staff, in fact. Takes a little bit of Shrine regen and we'll back out of there. Luna at this point is not to be underestimated. She's level 19, pushing 20. There you go, 20. So 10 to all stats I would expect. Hurricane Pike, Manta Style, Mask of Mana's attack speed. That is so much extra damage. Not to mention the extra Lunar Blessing damage. Took that talent as well. So plus 62 on everyone near her. That's not to be taken lightly. So yeah, if Tekka is able to survive those engagements, then you would expect Sacred to claim this win. If he goes in for plays like that and is isolated away through Chronosphere, through Grip, these BKB piercing tools, then man, they don't really have much else. They definitely need some more survivability on this Death Prophet. Like the Octarine pick, that is a good one. Do you think Shiva's Guard, though, is going to be even better for her? Gotta get that armor. Hell, even like without the Shiva's Guard, just a plate mail. Plate mail is going to be pretty damn good here. What else we got? We have an Orchid on Hijack. That is something that both the Death Prophet and the Sven can deal with right now by self-Yules or BKB. But if they're able to get a Bloodthorn, if they're actually able to get that to stick on a Sven, so much extra damage. Luna obviously going to gun for that Butterfly, is not too far away from it. Faceless Void has a Manta style of his own, so these point-click silences that would normally make Faceless Void's life very difficult, he will have at least one answer to. But there are several of them, so you can only split out of one silence at a time. That's just how it works. Leo style Matthew will perhaps run into lolling blue. Shards will wall off his escape, and he'll get Walrus punched into Oblivion. There he goes. Small loss there from T-Show. They just have to make sure to retreat safely afterwards. Leo style has Yule Scepter. Doesn't really have a lot of vision here. And he's unable to use that Yule Scepter. It's like just out of sight range for a Yule Scepter. If you're able to catch Luna with that, you probably are able to kill her off. You'll have another Shard, you'll have a Curse to further keep her in place. She has 1 4-staff, you gotta fight through a Chronosphere, I guess, and I don't know, actually. It's probably good they didn't fight that, because this is a really tight quarter. Earth Splitter, Stomp, like, that would have just absolutely destroyed Sacred.
Dire are scanning.
It's only a Bane pickoff. Not really going to be bothering anyone. Not a huge pick here for Sacred either. Sometimes Bane is just gonna die. And that's the life of a Bane. That's why you pick up the hero, so he's able to die sometimes. I don't think that Sven move earlier, guys, was him being a bad player. Like, the read right here when he was fighting was, oh, there is no grip. I'm fine to fight here. But the grip was only like 5 seconds off, so just a slight miscalculation on his part. If there was no grip there, he would have died. Yes, I'm talking about things 5 minutes ago, but that's the delay on the stream. Feels bad, man. Tekka is going to go for a Bloodthorn. That is a very powerful item, but also an item that just might do nothing. If you're able to land it and have it stick on someone like a Luna after she uses a Manta Style, then you will tear her to shreds. Same thing for the Faceless Void. But Manta Style is just such a good item against that, so it's still going to give you some crit action. Crits on Sven are pretty good. Only a 1k lead though. Sacred are definitely struggling up against the movements here from T-Show. And with the Faceless Void over the hump of that mid lane experience, and definitely is in a pretty primo spot right now. Nature's Prophet split push. Hell, even Luna split push with their glaives, or just Luna late game, that's good too. T-Show are in a pretty good spot to take this in the late game, as long as they continue to land their spells. Get the grips to land on the Sven, get the Chronospheres to catch on a handful of heroes, and not get cursed. So far, that's all been happening for them. As these tools build up, though, on T-Show, that also means that Winter Wyvern gets more powerful. If she curses the Nature's Prophet and Luna's attacking him, like, he's just dead, man. That is so much damage. That right there is why Prowlers suck. They're going to get spotted here by these Treants. A little bit extra gold. But both sides are just waiting for that Roche. Should be about, yeah, just a couple seconds left. Butterfly is up on the Luna. No MKB in sight here for the Sacred side. Never mind, he will go for MKB. I think that's probably a little bit better up against the guaranteed evasion of the Butterfly. Because you could whiff your Soul Burn, but you cannot whiff your True Strike. Roshan is up. That's Roche number 2. Both sides can go for it, though. Sacred, if they try to go for it, I feel like will need to either commit God Strength or Exorcism. And if they are going to do that, then if a fight does come to them afterwards, then they will be on a huge disadvantage. So more than likely, they'll just try to handle this bottom lane as best they can. Try to get some extra farm on Benji. He has only 400 left until he has that Aghanim Scepter for that Hax Vision. Not too far away from that, so, oh, that Stomp kill those 2 Prowlers? It looks like it did. That was pretty nice pickup. Just hang around, try to maintain this bottom lane. But again, Nature's Prophet is... it's almost impossible to beat Nature's Prophet at that game. You need a Tinker, so just repick into a Tinker, and then you're golden. Luna, top of the net worth. Butterfly, Aquila out for Scotty, it looks like. You can replace your boots. Luna typically just gets a lot of agility, so she'll have a lot of movement speed even without those extra boots. Not to mention the Flutter and the Hurricane Pike and the Yasha built into the Manta Style. So, oh, Soku's gonna get caught here. We'll be able to fly up and over. We'll TP out and we'll survive right before the Stomp can land. Absolutely perfect there for the Winter Wyvern, blowing that smoke gang from T-Show. You drop a Winter Wyvern, usually it's not a terribly huge deal, but when Roche is up, you immediately go to that Roche pit. And not having to worry about that Winter's Curse, that is a big deal. Everyone pings out that obs. Like, literally everyone. Death Prophet's still on top side. She's going to go for a heart, or at least think about going for a heart. I do think Shiva's Guard is even better than the heart here. Shiva's Guard gives you some armor up against this natural order. And Faceless Void, Luna, Nature's Prophet, these are all very heavy right-click heroes, so it does give you just general survivability, but Shiva's Guard gives your team some more survivability also. Matthew's going to find 444. God Strength and Exorcism both committed. The Stomp is going to miss, and Exorcism Ghosts are going to tear apart Roshan. Matthew can wall off these passages. Here comes the Earth Splitter. Here comes the Chronosphere. PTT able to maybe grab the Aegis, and he will do just that. So he has the double life. Still, the damage from the Death Prophet is pretty high, as well as Tekka. He's going to jump out of the pit, try to go for this Faceless Void, but his Manta Style split. He's going to keep himself alive. Curse goes down to the Bane, but it's not going to really matter. It's only a Bane. They lose the Death Prophet, and now they might lose Tekka. The Bash is coming in. He's perma-stunned. He can't do anything. He needs some help, but everyone's too far away. And that is the risk that I was talking about. They thought they were fast enough to get it just for free. Benjaz in the trees really deep. Sees everything, so I think he should be able to navigate this one. Sprout doesn't give him enough vision there. They are working blind. They don't see anybody, and I'm pretty sure he's just going to TP out and he'll be gone. He's right here, I think. That is not the button. Where's the button? I have no idea where it went. I didn't press the right button. Whatever. But yeah, trying to rush Roshan like that up against a Chronosphere and a Stomp, that takes some serious balls of steel. They just got really impatient. The Aegis on the Faceless Void is still maintained. I don't know who grabbed the cheese, actually. The cheese was grabbed on the Death Prophet. So I guess it could have gone a little bit worse, but not really by much. Matthew is going to Walrus Punch Terrence right now, but this Luna now with some backup from PTT. Big forward into the base. Here comes the Stomp as well. Matthew is invisible. Glimmered up. Benjaz pushing forward. Death Prophet is here as well, but have to deal with this top lane push. T-Show, a lot of momentum, still don't have a discernible advantage in this game. This game is still very, very even. Just like Sacred's farm patterns keeping them afloat right now.
The seeds of fortune.
A single pick off on a Luna can be huge. That is not it. I don't know about this Tekka carry thing. I feel like this is not making full use over Benjaz's talents. And even Tekka's talents. Like, he's so good at making these plays from an offlane standpoint. He's going to have God Strength and an angle onto the Luna. PTT's pushing forward first thing. Stormhammer is there. They will have a Walrus Punch, and they will take out the Aegis in the back. Curse goes off onto the L side. They'll take him down. That means no aura, and that means Terrence is in a little bit of trouble here. He'll try to pop his Manta Style and just try to fight it out. PTT's going to drop Chronosphere. Does only land onto 0 heroes, actually. Will finally be able to attack the Death Prophet, but maybe a little bit too late. She's still getting a lot of spell vamp back as they're going to jump in with Tekka onto the Luna, and they should be able to bring her down for a second time. Now snowballing forward with absolutely everyone, bypassing the Bane, going straight for PTT. He is able to Manta Style split, but everyone else dodges that Stomp. PTT is going to jump right back in towards Masoku, who should maybe drop, but 4 for 4 will drop first for a triple kill for Leo Style. Another time walk here for PTT. Masoku right on his tail. I don't think chasing PTT is really worth it at this point. He's got Blink and a huge time walk. On the bottom side, in the meantime, Masoku is able to get back and try to clean this up. And they're not able to push in mid lane because of the lack of creeps. PTT was just dragging them all back. He is going to get walled off by the shards. Have they caught him? He has a Blink Dagger now and a Time Walk, so he's got like a million movement, although he's going to get still hit. Time Walk to the right. Dude, this is the longest chase of all time. Like, you do see his talent and his build, right? You're not going to catch him. They will go for a fight in mid, and that curse onto the ET, keeping the Luna out of the fight. The Faceless Void in the front of the fight. Dropped first thing. That was even through the Aegis. That was no cheese used. Absolutely massive exchange there from Sacred, giving them now a decent gold lead. Probably the biggest gold lead we've had in this game so far. Yeah, it is. It's not even that big. Like 5k 34 minutes in can immediately be erased by just one good team fight from T-Show. But all you need sometimes is a good curse to land, have the Luna turn on her allies. Although if they lose the Death Prophet here, it might not matter. She can just TP out actually, and she will do just that. Easy escape. Aghanim's Gem going to a Solar Crest for this Night Stalker. Tekka still going to go for that Bloodthorn, or I guess Orchid first. Level 25 on Sven, not too far away. That extra God Strength damage is insane, man. This game is like so much more about Masoku than it is about Tekka, though. Like, Tekka just hits things. Masoku actually has to be in a good position to get a curse off onto heroes that are in a bad position. It's just so hard to do. Uh-oh. Also has to not get caught here. It's going to go really deep into the trees, and we'll be fine. Think you could just catch something with wings like that? No, you'll just fly away, bro. That's not how this game works. Top lane is being pushed slowly but surely. Leo Style does have that Shiva's Guard, actually. Got that over the heart. Now I wouldn't mind a heart. Kind of get a cheese replacement item ready. You have mass HP. The only way to actually get your exorcism to do more damage is to decrease the enemy's armor. And that's not that easy. You can Solar Crest, although I do think Benjaz is getting that. You can Assault Cuirass. That's probably more of a Sven item to get than a Death Prophet item. Hell, even a Night Stalker item, that would be pretty good. So it does seem like just making sure that she is able to survive the entirety of the engagement. That's the only thing she can really do. That's the only way that... That's the only method of Death Prophet's damage output that is actually feasible. 40, God Strength, Strength. Oh, finds the Bane. 1, 2, 3. This time it's more than enough. Gets Chronosphere though. Tekka needs some help. Masoku doesn't have a Blink Dagger. We'll get the Embrace off, which will pretty much nullify that ET's ultimate. And now the backup is coming in hot and heavy. They've found themselves in Elder Titan. He's still siphoned. That's not Elder Titan. That's Nature's Prophet. Stun goes up on the high ground. Catches the Elder Titan, in fact. And Tekka's still got the God Strength. They've trapped the Luna. She's going to get Walrus punched up. Where's the damage? Leo Style is there with all the spooky ghosts. And Luna, she's dropping very quickly and will go down. That's with no curse being used yet. Curse now goes up, keeping the Nature's Prophet in the fight along with that Faceless Void. Shiva's Guard goes out with the ghost still spooking everyone. Faceless Void is down. Here comes the Eclipse, but there's so many heroes being split between. It's not quite going to do enough. Maybe takes down Benjes, but no. With the Embrace, he's going to survive for a little while longer. Where the hell is Tekka right now? He's going for top racks, actually, as Leo Style does still have that cheese. Is going to try to retreat from Terrence. Moonstone Beam going to slow him down. Cheese is there. He's going to down it. Shiva's Guard is out, but still Sven is pushing racks. They will lose Leo Style over in mid. Sven went for range racks first, and now is just dead as well. Dude, Sacred, what the hell are you guys doing? It's either fight or racks. You can't go for both of them. And if you're going to go for racks, go for the melee one. Sacred, you're breaking my heart. They still do take down, I think it's a full 5-5. It is. Yeah, full 5-5 trade. They do take down a tier 3, take down racks, and force 3 buybacks. So numerically, that does work out really well for the Sacred side. That being said, that could have been so much more clean. Like, easily so much more clean. With everyone alive on T-Show, they're going to look to force some buybacks of their own. Already forced one, Masoku. He's going to get hit with that Soul Burn. We'll be able to jump out of there. Splinter Blast should be able to clear these creep waves out pretty reliably, as Terrence is going to get to work on mid lane. Got PTT up towards top. There is a curse here, but that is going to do about nothing. That was kind of pathetic. Off to the side, Sven, God Strength. He just fought back. He's going to get embraced. Will survive for a little while longer. Grip's going to cancel thanks to the snowball. And Tekka, he doesn't have a BKB just yet. Now he will, but he really has to be careful. If he dies again, that is just good game. He will be able to back off, disengage cleanly. Mid racks now claimed in favor of the T-Show side. They will be able to clean out the rest of these illusions through the glaives and whatnot. I think they will be just fine. The God Strength is down for a minute. Buybacks have been forced. PTT going to look for a range racks on top. Will fall short, but that's fine. Actually, Force Staff forward. Hit with the shards. Snowball in as well as hit with the silence. What happened to that punch? I don't really know, but they've found the Faceless Void. He was the one to buy back earlier, and now he's dead for 109. They used the Exorcism for that, though, expecting perhaps some more heroes to be there. Yeah. This game is still very, very even. Racks are, let's say, even. But the Faceless Void, he's down for 90. There is going to be a window here where the Sacred side can go for Roche, knowing that there is no Void, if they are actually able to scout it. Not sure if Matthew is going to just send a Sigil in or just throw some shards in, but it looks like that's what they're going to do, and it looks like it'll actually work out perfectly. They'll scout Roche as soon as it respawns. If they go right now, they will have a clean Roche. And that is a third Roche as well. Did he scout it? He just grabbed Invis. Doesn't look like he scouted it. Tekka's also in the middle of freaking nowhere. Tekka, dude, don't be like this. Okay. I just can't handle when people do that. They're like, I just fought back. I'm gonna wander the map by myself. What can possibly go wrong? Alright, yeah, this is third Roche. We have Refresher Shard, which I don't know who you actually give it to. I mean, it's good to have as Death Prophet, so you are just ghosted all the time. But it might just be better to have it on Masoku, honestly. Like, 2 curses, one after another, just keeping, like, let's just say 2 heroes locked down the entire time. That is a ton of value. He has enough mana to cast all of it also. I don't really know. It's a clean Aegis cheese for the Sven Death Prophet, as well as that Refresher Shard in addition. Yule's Shiva's seems weird. Why does Yule's Shiva's seem weird? Shiva's is the ultimate protection item in this game. And Yule Scepter on Death Prophet just keeps you safe versus the Chronosphere, cancels a grip. Alright. I'm still not sure who's going to win this game. A 10k lead, again, is like absolutely nothing. We saw what happened last time. If Tekka drops, or if Luna faces Void, or Nature's Prophet drop, then it's just over. Because they don't have buybacks. Who does have buyback? Tusk. Tusk is the only hero that has buyback. Okay, well, there's that. Tekka's playing things very fast and loose. Up against a Nature's Prophet, pushing out that far is very dangerous because you might just get jacked up, Tekka. He does have an Aegis, but there's no real place for allies to come and help him. The Courier is coming in for a Bloodthorn. He is going to get gripped. That's all the BKB piercing tools. His teammates are coming in, but that's his Aegis down. Will he be able to blink out of here? Stomp a little bit off the mark. Tekka's going to BKB, just go straight in with the God Strength. One gets Nightmared, and they both get Sprouted, so Tekka's actually just stuck there. He can't hit anybody. We'll finally get him to kill off Hijack. And also Matthew is stuck there as well, but they've isolated the Faceless Void. He doesn't have the time to walk out because he's silenced, and he's going to go down along with the Bane. It looks like that was a calculated catch there by Tekka. The creep wave is pushing in mid. Someone might have to deal with that, or they could slide in through top lane. That might just be better, but Tekka gives away his Aegis to get 3 heroes, none of whom have buyback. And now might be the time for Death Prophet to eat that Refresher Shard. Yeah, she will do just that. I heard Refresher Shards are delicious. They may look like, you know, kale or something like that, but no, they taste pretty darn good. Time to spook up once again. Full minute left for both these two heroes until they're back up. Top lane for sure is going to be claimed. Looks like Matthew was able to clean out the super creeps over in the base, really. Ooh, they're going to not go for Megas because there's a still tier 2 on the bottom lane. They're going to go whole hog right now as Leo Styles Ghosts are going to get to work. Bet they're going to be wishing they had an Assault Crash right about now, but they'll catch the Luna. Oh no, she doesn't have a Hurricane Pike. She's going to try to Satanic, but it's not enough. She's down for 2 minutes, and that's GG. Sacred are able to win this game. Now, their victory is, again, not surprising. It's Sacred after all. But goddamn, T-Show. Something happened, and they showed up to play, man. They put up quite a clinic, and oh, what the hell? We did it, dude. What the hell's this? Should I press 1 if you want me to turn on the terrain, the winter terrain for the next game? Press 2 if you don't. I don't know what the hell that was. But damn, T-Show doing pretty darn well. At a certain point, though, like using all of your BKB piercing tools against Tekka there. The fact that they couldn't kill him quickly because he's just so bulky in that last catch. It is going to be Sacred to claim victory. Not a convincing one, though. That was a very, very sketchy win from them. But a win is a win nonetheless. I'm Mike Loris, guys. It's been a pleasure casting this game for you guys. Don't go anywhere. Game 2 is going to be coming up shortly. I'll be right back.